Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a tragic event.
Yes, we're discussing the Bourbon Street attack in New Orleans.
Right, this incident really shocked the nation. What do we know about it?
The attacker, Shamsuddin Jabbar, was a 42-year-old veteran from Texas.
A veteran? That's intense. What was his background?
He served in the U.S. Army and had even been deployed to Afghanistan.
That's significant. Did he have any ties to extremist groups?
Yes, the FBI reported he had posted videos claiming support for ISIS.
Wow, that's really alarming. How did the attack unfold?
He drove a rented pickup truck into a crowd celebrating New Year's.
A rented truck? That's a chilling method. How many were affected?
At least 14 people were killed and dozens were injured.
That's a tragic loss. How did he manage to bypass security?
He drove around barricades set up for the celebration.
That raises so many questions. What did the police say?
NOLA police superintendent described his actions as very intentional behavior.
It sounds like this was planned. Did he have any accomplices?
The FBI stated they found no evidence of others being involved.
What about the gunfire? Did he engage with law enforcement?
Yes, he fired upon police and was shot dead at the scene.
What about the devices discovered at the scene?
2 active bombs were found nearby, and they were rendered safe.
That's horrifying. Were there any indications of motives?
Jabbar expressed concerns over focusing on his targets rather than his ideology.
What a twisted mindset. What else surfaced about his life?
He had a troubling personal life, including financial issues and 3 divorces.
Financial struggles often impact decision-making. Did he ask for help?
There were signs of distress, like accumulating debt and alleged mismanagement.
What's known about the victims?
One of the victims was a standout athlete, Tiger Beck, a former Princeton student.
That's heartbreaking. This impacts so many lives.
Absolutely. It's crucial we remember them in discussions like this.
And potentially, this is not the only attack linked to him?
That's what investigators are exploring, especially in connection to Las Vegas.
Interesting. The timing suggests connections. But, no definitive links?
None confirmed so far, but investigations are ongoing.
This brings a lot of questions about surveillance and security.
Definitely. How prepared can cities be for such attacks?
And what about the rental aspect? You mentioned Turo?
Yes, Turo is cooperating, but it raises questions on rental security.
I can only imagine the pressure on rental companies now.
For sure, they likely need to reassess their vetting processes.
This incident truly sheds light on the complexities of domestic terrorism.
Yes, it challenges us to find ways to mitigate such threats.
And let's not forget about the mental health aspects involved.
Absolutely. Mental health support is critical for prevention.
Well, as we wrap up, what's the final thought we leave listeners with?
Let's stay vigilant and compassionate as we approach such serious issues.
Great point, Julie. Thank you for shedding light on this.
Thank you, Frank. Always a pleasure to discuss these matters.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us today. Stay informed and safe. We also want to take a moment to reflect on the broader implications of these events.
Yes, the aftermath of such attacks can be profound, affecting not only the victims and their families, but also the community at large.
Exactly. The trauma extends beyond those directly involved.
Communities often come together in the wake of tragedy, providing support and solidarity.
And in this case, it's essential that we address the root causes of such violence.
Absolutely. Understanding the motivations behind these acts can help in prevention.
It's also vital to foster open dialogues about security and community safety.
Right, because while we can't prevent every incident, we can certainly work towards reducing risks.
And that involves collaboration between law enforcement, community leaders, and mental health professionals.
Yes, a multifaceted approach is necessary to tackle these complex issues.
So, as we continue to discuss these topics, let's also focus on healing and recovery.
And remember the victims and their families, keeping them in our thoughts.
Thank you for joining us today. Let's stay engaged and proactive in addressing these challenges.
Absolutely, and until next time, take care and stay safe.
As we delve deeper into this incident, we must recognize the complexity of Jabbar's life and the factors that may have contributed to his actions.
Yes, his military background, personal struggles, and mental health issues are critical to understanding his motivations.
It's unsettling to think that someone who served in the military could turn to such violence.
Indeed, and it highlights the need for thorough mental health support for veterans.
Absolutely. The transition back to civilian life can be challenging for many.
And when combined with financial pressures and personal issues, it can lead to tragic outcomes.
What's even more troubling is that Jabbar was not on any watch lists.
That raises questions about how we monitor individuals who display concerning behavior online.
Exactly. Social media platforms can be a breeding ground for radicalization.
The responsibility falls on both tech companies and law enforcement to identify and intervene.
And it's essential for communities to be vigilant and report any suspicious activity.
Yes, community involvement is key in preventing such tragedies.
As we reflect on the victims, their stories must not be forgotten.
Each victim represents a life cut short, and their families are left to mourn.
Tiger Beck's story, as a promising athlete, is especially heartbreaking.
Absolutely. His achievements and potential were taken away too soon.
And the injury of the University of Georgia student underscores the widespread impact.
Yes, this attack reached beyond local borders, affecting people from different states and countries.
The international aspect of this tragedy is significant.
Indeed, it reminds us that violence knows no boundaries.
As we conclude, let's reiterate the importance of community resilience.
Yes, together we can help each other heal and rebuild.
Thank you for your insights today, Julie.
Thank you, Frank. It's been an important discussion.
And to our listeners, let's all commit to being part of the solution.
Stay safe, stay informed, and continue to support one another.
Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.